right, well, post-match at Meadowbank. Wanderers defeated in our first game on TNT Sports this afternoon, 3-2 against Barnet. Barnet coming from behind in the second half. I mean, a great spectacle from a neutral perspective, but of course, naturally, we're disappointed from the Wanderers side. Mark, get your assessment on that one this afternoon.
Quite a mixed assessment, really. I mean, first of all, thanks to TNT Sports for such a professional operation, helping us down here this week get ready for this game, and you know they're all amazing people. Thanks to all the Barnet fans for travelling down rather than watching it on the box, really, and making a great atmosphere for a thriller. Dean and his Barnet team as well, who are an excellent side and really well organised. They're more organised than the side we put out today, if I'm honest with you. I'm disappointed in myself, if I'm honest, and the management team. I don't think we changed our plan between Thursday and Saturday. Don't get me wrong, the game plan worked. We decided to sort of give their sort of pressing stats a bit of respect and maybe look at whether we could hurt them at the back, knowing that Jason and Harry would play. And that worked, really. We was 2-0 up pretty much because of that, really, because of the game plan. But the off-the-ball shape wasn't good enough. First half, we gave them their +1, and we just sat behind the ball, and we tried to address that second half, and we actually did. And we were actually, ironically, better, I thought, in the second half than we were in the first half, but conceded 3 goals. So, very difficult to carry that many players that are injured. Very difficult to know that your bench is extremely limited on fitness. And we have to be honest about that. You know, we have got 8-9 players missing, but I'm just disappointed in myself because I want to deliver so much for all of our fans. I want to deliver for the volunteers, everyone that works hard at the club. I take it personally, and I'm really, really, really fucked off myself because if you lose a 2-0 lead at home, and I know there's mitigation because my hands are a little bit behind my back with so many people missing, but still, you know, I'm the one that give it the big and if we win, and I'm the one that has to take responsibility if we get beat, and I'm a man's man, and that's how that works. And you should never, obviously, lose a 2-0 lead in any game of football, no matter how well you're playing at the time. I'll say one thing: Beardy blocks a brilliant chance at 2-0. They had bodies on the line. We had them on the ropes a little bit. We looked so dangerous in the last third, first half. And the boys, you know, they actually got the ball down more in the last half an hour than the whole of the game combined. Created loads of good chances. Bobby cutting in on his left. He keeps the ball down. What's he doing? You know, it's a goal probably. Goalmouth scrambles galore. The boys are saying they can't believe 1 or 2 of the bounces that went against them in there. I think we'll have to watch back their second goal. I think it's potentially a not maybe a free kick, but listen, you get them against you and for you all year, but these are negligible balls. But I'll say one thing. Also, a bit of quality, Dan. That's what done it. Because no disrespect, but there's other teams in this league that don't have someone that finishes like that. Kabamba's finish, which I thought was tidy, and they don't put that free kick. Giuseppe Soul-like. That was a Giuseppe Soul. I see it coming a mile off. They said he's not shooting on the bench, and I could see exactly where he's going to put that ball. Again, we need to look back at the wall. You know, like these little things you've got to look at there, and was the height in the right side of the wall and whatnot. But these are all negligibles. It happens in the Premier League, right? I think that the bottom line is we should never throw away a 2-0 lead, and we had a lot of chances to win that game, or certainly get a point. We kept going to the end, that's positive, but we're just missing so many players, Dan. It's really hard to cope with. So that's where we are.
Obviously got a backdrop of major injury concerns, we know that. But that is our third straight defeat at home, Mark. And by contrast, obviously our away form has been so good lately. Is there something in that in terms of maybe how we, particularly looking back to Rochdale, obviously a couple of weeks back, and just in terms of game management and just kind of compared to where we are in the world we're in away from home, what do we think's missing in terms of being back at home at Meadowbank? What do we think's missing at the moment on that side of things?
I'll be honest, mate. You know me, I'll always say if I think it's shit, like a bit of luck. The Rochdale game, 2 injuries first half, down to 10 men, we're hanging on for dear life. We've got no substitutes. Today.
Key to say as well, only the odd goal in these 3 defeats.
Yeah, mate.
Margins, we know
today,
that.
we can get a third at 2-0. That game is dead as a doornail at 3-0. Yeah, I actually think a little bit of bad luck, but also really it's that squad, isn't it? It's that where it's one thing looking at the bench and knowing that most people can't really play, but we're also playing players that have, like Philpott today, first game. He done well for his first game back. His first start of the season. Players that are patched up. And that's how it's been really. So it's we're mid-table, aren't we? Somewhere. We're learning an awful lot about ourselves. But yeah, what you want to do is when you get beat 3-2 and you're 2-0 up, you want to keep talking until it doesn't happen and you wake up. You want to just keep talking about it, mate. But I want to say sorry to the fans for not delivering. I'm definitely sorry for that. It's my job to deliver. I want to give the fans good moments, and our fans are absolutely awesome. They're awesome. I don't use that word lightly. They're absolutely brilliant, our fans, and that's what it means. We will have great times here again. We'll have great moments again. Starting potentially next Saturday in the FA Cup, and we need to get our boys back. We need to lick our wounds today. That really effing hurts. In front of the TV cameras. But yeah, that's where we are, mate.
Yeah, one of the supporters absolutely phenomenal throughout the game, particularly before the match as well, actually. Really great noise in the build-up to the game. So just looking ahead to next week, Mark, obviously FA Cup, we switch our attention to that away at Horsham next week. Just in terms of personnel, and obviously we've got a week now, we haven't got a midweek game, we've got a week of recovery time. How do we think we're going to be looking for that one next week? And just a note from today's game, actually, George Franken went down for a brief period in the game. He was okay to carry on. Hopefully he's all right as well, George.
I'm hoping he's okay, yeah, hopefully. Look, Tony Craig and Briggsy would be a doubt. I don't think we'll have a lot more back than what we saw today, but what we will have is another week of training for those boys under their belt. So we'll go there. We'll go there with a side that can win that match, and we're looking forward to it. It's not ideal playing a team we're close to, but we need to really, really get our heads on it, because they're a team that are really managed brilliantly, and they're very cute. They'll know exactly how to try and beat us. And this is definitely our best chance we've had to progress. I don't think we've ever played a team 2 divisions below us in this competition for quite a few years, and we need to go there, give them no respect, and we need to sort of bring a bit of National League, if you like, to the occasion. But it's going to be a tough game.
Yep, tough game, but one we very much look forward to next Saturday at Horsham. Mark, thank you for your time. Cheers, and we'll catch up next week.
Thank you. Cheers.